Music expresses that which cannot be put into words and that which cannot remain silent. What is love? I have met in the streets a very poor young man who was in love. His hat was old, his coat worn. The water passed through his shoes and the stars through his soul. The power of a glance has been so much abused in love stories, that it has come to be disbelieved in. Few people dare now to say that two beings have fallen in love because they have looked at each other. Yet it is in this way that love begins, and in this way only. Love is like a tree. It grows by itself, roots itself deeply in our being and continues to flourish over a heart in ruin. The inexplicable fact is that the blinder it is, the more tenacious it is. It is never stronger than when it is completely unreasonable. Have courage for the great sorrows of life and patience for the small ones. And when you have laboriously accomplished your daily task, go to sleep in peace. God is awake. The greatest happiness of life is the conviction that we are loved for ourselves, or rather, loved in spite of ourselves. Reason is intelligence taking exercise. Imagination is intelligence with an erection. Teach the ignorant as much as you can. Society is culpable in not providing a free education for all, and it must answer for the night which it produces. If the soul is left in darkness, sins will be committed. The guilty one is not he who commits the sin, but he who causes the darkness. A garden to walk in and immensity to dream in, what more could he ask? A few flowers at his feet and above him the stars. A man is not idle because he is absorbed in thought. There is visible labor and there is invisible labor. The future has several names. For the weak, it is impossible. For the faint-hearted, it is unknown. But for the valiant, it is ideal. The pupil dilates in darkness and in the end finds light, just as the soul dilates in misfortune and in the end finds God. Nobody knows like a woman how to say things that are both sweet and profound. Sweetness and depth, this is all of woman, this is heaven. Before him he saw two roads, both equally straight, but he did see two, and that terrified him. He who had never in his life known anything but one straight line. And, bitter anguish, these two roads were contradictory. You can give without loving, but you can never love without giving. The great acts of love are done by those who are habitually performing small acts of kindness. We pardon to the extent that we love. Love is knowing that even when you are alone, you will never be lonely again. And great happiness of life is the conviction that we are loved. Loved for ourselves. And even loved in spite of ourselves. And remember, the truth that once was spoken. To love another person is to see the face of God. If people did not love one another, I really don't see what use there would be in having any spring. Diamonds are to be found only in the darkness of the earth, and truth in the darkness of the mind. Quote, the supreme happiness of life is the conviction that we are loved. Loved for ourselves. Say rather, loved in spite of ourselves.